All right, Kristian. So, hey man, this is an overview of your program. Again, this is in Google Sheets. There's probably a much less crude way of doing this, man, of showing you this or filming this video, but this is the best I got. But hey man, let's kind of cruise through. So if you look up, the first thing we're gonna do is, you got 4 different workouts. I don't know if you can see at the bottom of the screen. You got 4 different workouts, 4 different tabs, day 1, 2, 3, and 4. Day 1 and 3 are gonna be similar. Day 2 and 4 are gonna be similar as far as like the different movements, just different sets and reps and kind of just different way of organizing. So we'll start off, man, with your mobilization, right? We're going to start off foam rolling, then you'll come into your PRI stuff. And again, you've got videos of these. Any variation is fine. Then we're going to move into your activation series, which is your warm-up series. And again, you got videos of these. And again, you can just cruise through one set, man. It doesn't have to be intense. You don't have to belabor over this. It's just to get your body loose and get you active. Then we're going to dive into your power series. And I've got you doing this a couple of ways. And if you have any questions on this, man, please don't hesitate to reach out. You're going to be doing swings, and then you can superset this or pair this with your core-based exercise. You don't have to do this. The core-based exercise is, I'm just throwing this in really to give you a little bit more recovery, and really also to develop that static strength that you're referring to and that you asked about, or you want to build. So again, you'll be doing a set of swings. I've got you at the 20 kilo bell. This is considered your light day, meaning lighter weight. At my gym, you were using a 20 kilo bell. You could easily handle for this weight. You could even probably do the 24 and you'd be fine. That's about 40 to 50 pounds. And again, depends on really what they've got at the club. But here on this day, you're going to do 5 sets of 10 repetitions with 1 to 2 minutes of rest in between. Now, what you can do is you can do your set of swings. You can drop on down. You can hold a plank. You're going to be holding 4 sets of plank for 30 seconds. And you want to make these super active, what we call hard style planks, right? Where you're engaging you get down in your plank position. You're going to lock out the knees, engaging your quads. You're going to squeeze the glutes, think quarter between the cheeks. You're thinking belt buckle pulls towards your chin or pubis bone towards your sternum. You're driving your elbows down towards your toes. You're digging those toes in the ground, and you're just making your body, you're making your body super active for that 30 seconds. Short duration, high intensity. Then again, you're going to get up, you're going to rest for the remainder of those 2 minutes. You want your breathing to normalize before you begin that next set of swings. You want to feel solid. You want these swings, you want your last set, your 5th set of 10 swings to feel like your first set of 10 swings. You want to be crisp, you want to be sharp, you want to be explosive. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be swings, man. These could be box jumps. They could be plyometric based exercises. Swings are just a great way to build explosive strength. All right, man, let's move you on. So then we're going to dive into your strength phase. And here we've got a kettlebell or a dumbbell deadlift. Again, we try to work on that barbell deadlift. We could probably dial it in together, and get it to where it's not loading into your back. I progressed you pretty quickly, and the only reason why I did up to those, 135, the 45-pound plates is just because they're a larger diameter, and it'll get you a little bit higher up off the floor and put less pressure on your back. Again, what we could do is we could just dial that barbell deadlift in together a little bit more. The cool thing about barbells versus like the kettlebell or the dumbbell is you can progress the weight in smaller increments, and that's the benefit. One of the benefits to barbell training for strength is that the way you can undulate the weight. You can progressively load it. You can take small amounts away, whereas barbells or kettlebells and dumbbells, you're limited to whatever increments they have at the space at the club. All right, man, but again, let's select the one that's going to be optimal for you. On your big day of deadlifts, you're going to be doing 3 sets of 5 reps with 2 minutes rest in between. Now, here's the thing. You can pair these. You can superset these. Meaning you can do one, then rest for a little bit, do the other, then come back and rest. And my recommendation would be like do your deadlift, rest for roughly about a minute, go do your bench press, then rest for 2 minutes, and then come back and repeat. And you can do all of your 3 working sets in that way. This is supposed to be. So you're going to be doing on your day 1, you're going to be doing 3 sets of 5 repetitions with your deadlift. Now, the first day, what you want to do is you want to find out roughly what to be working with, what weight. I would scale up to where you can find a weight where you can comfortably do about 8 repetitions. 8 repetitions is challenging, but doable. And I would work there. I would start there. Go 3 sets of 5. Depending upon how the increments of the weight, every week you can gently progress that a little bit. But I would find roughly your 8 rep max, and then I would do your sets of 5 with that 8 rep max. Now with your barbell on this day, you're going 3 sets of 3 repetitions. What I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing. I want you to find your 8 rep max with either the barbell or dips, right? If you can do 8 dips, perfect. And dips are just an example of another upper body press. We decided barbell bench just because it seemed to be okay with you. We got to watch that shoulder a little bit. It can be a little bit tricky to get into, and barbells can be a little unforgiving on shoulders if you're not doing them well. So we can spend some time. We can improve your barbell bench press to make it worthwhile. Again, the barbell bench press is not necessarily applicable for free diving, but it can help you generally generate overall strength as a means of just generating tension, having the body overcome tension. And the way that your workout's laid out is we're doing it in fundamental patterns. You got to hinge, you got to squat, you got to push, you got to pull, and just fundamental movement patterns. Barbell bench press is just one option here. It can be many other things. Again, dips can be an option as well. And dips are probably a little bit more applicable to free diving. At any rate, man, back to the program in and of itself, you're going to find that 8 rep maximum, whatever that upper body push is going to be, barbell bench, dips, either one. And then you're going to be doing 3 sets of 3 on day 1. Again, with that 8 rep maximum weight. So with the same weight that you would be doing 5 reps on in day 3. And we'll get to that in just a second. So I hope that makes sense. Find your 8 rep maximum. You're going to do 3 sets of 5 with the kettlebell or dumbbell deadlift. And then you either can superset or do individual sets of the barbell bench or dips. I hope that makes sense, man. Again, if it doesn't, reach out, let me know. Ultimately, you want about 2 minutes rest in between these guys. So what you can always do, again, do your deadlift, rest for a minute, do your bench press, rest for 2 minutes, come back and do your deadlift again. I hope that makes sense. All right, man. The next phase is your, I just called it your lactic acid training circuit. It's just a circuit is really what it is. High intensity interval training circuit. I've got you goblet squats. You don't have to do goblet squats. You can do any kind of similar movement pattern. You're going to do 10 to 15 repetitions or 30 to 45 seconds worth of work. Now, again, that 30 to 45 seconds is based on some of the research that I've done in the free diving as far as the optimal, at least some of the intervals that they seem to be, some of the people who write about it seem to be training with. 30 to 45 seconds worth of work. You're going to move through these as quick as possible. So you do your set of goblet squats, you'll do your set of TRX rows, or again, something similar, some kind of similar movement, 10 to 15 seconds or 30 to 45 seconds, and then you're going to rest until your breathing normalizes. So you go squats, go rows pretty quickly back to back, then let yourself recover until your breathing normalizes. Again, a good way to, can you hum a tune or can you sing a tune? Then you'll dive back in. Perform 2 to 3 circuits of these. Then, man, you're gonna do some stretches. I'm gonna send you a video of some basic stretches, or you can do those basic stretches. I just realized I was misspelled. You can do that basic stretch series, as I've called it, or you can do these individual stretches that are on that basic stretch series. All right, man, day 2, you're doing the same warm-up, right? You're going to do, the only difference here is you're going to be doing swings. Now you're going to do heavier swings if you have the bell size. You can even swing dumbbells. They're awkward, but you can swing them. And again, we can dive into that as well. Here, this is a heavier day, but less sets. So you're only going to be doing 3 sets of 5 reps. Your core-based exercise is a hollow hold. I know you mentioned that you knew how to do that. You're going to hold that hollow hold for 30 seconds. So you do a set of swings, drop on down, do a 30-second hollow hold, rest 1 to 2 minutes, and repeat. Again, you want to be fresh with those swings. Again, you've done the 28. You may have even done the 32, and I'm going to just put that in there because I'm pretty sure we had you do the 32 while you were here as well. So the 20 or 32 kilo, which is roughly around 60 to 70 pounds. I don't know if you have that weight, access to that weight at the club or not. So again, I hope this makes sense. Ultimately 3 sets, 5 reps. So again, heavier weight, less reps, lower volume set-wise. Your strength move, you're going to be doing a leg press or a goblet squat, really whatever is going to be optimal for you. Goblet squat's probably a little bit more functional, but that leg press you can load progressively. Again, we just want some kind of lower body squat-based movement to really work, that we can work strength in. And then we're going to be pairing this with a pull-up. Again, you can do straight sets if you want, or you can superset them. 3 sets of 5, 3 sets of 3. Whoops, that's supposed to be 3. Again, that 3 sets of 3. And right now with your pull-ups, you're just doing basic pull-ups. Don't worry about loading them. Again, when you get to the point where you can comfortably do when you can get to the point where you can do 15 strict pull-ups, we'll worry about loading you. Like 12 to 15 pull-ups. We're worried about kind of progressing it with some weight. But for right now, again, 3 sets of 3 at the same weight. Leg press, 3 sets of 5 at your 8 rep maximum, and then you'll progress from there. Your lactic acid training circuit, alternating rear lunges, or some kind of similar lunge-based movement or single leg hip dominant movement. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please reach out. I'll clarify. And then you're going to pair that with some kind of upper body push, right? So if we look back, you got a squat-based movement, you got a upper body pull, you've got a hinged base movement, sort of, but really it's a hip dominant single leg movement, and we've got a push, some kind of upper body push. Here again, same idea applies. 8 to 10 repetitions on each side, or 30 to 45 seconds worth of work. 10 to 15 repetitions or 30 to 45 seconds worth of work. You're going to move through each as quick as you possibly can, resting in between circuits until your breathing normalizes. Stretches the same, different stretches though if you're limited on time. All right, man, day 3 is just like day 1. The only difference with day 3 is your swings. You're now going to do 3 sets of 10 versus 5 sets of 10. You're also going to hold your plank longer, 60 seconds, but you're only going to do 2. Here we got your barbell bench press for 3 sets of 5, right, at that 8 rep maximum. Right, 3 sets of 5 at that 8 rep maximum, and here you're going to only be doing 3 sets of 3 with your dumbbell or kettlebell deadlift. Hope that makes sense. Everything else is the same. Again, if you want, you can choose a different exercise with your goblet squat or TRX row. Again, it can be a similar exercise. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but you want it to be endurance focused, meaning you don't want to, be doing a weight that you can only do like 5 reps, right? We want to hit this parameter, 10 to 15 reps or 30 to 45 seconds worth of work. You should be out of breath after doing these, right? You should be out of breath after doing these movements, and should have to catch your breath in between circuits. Stretch is the same. All right, man, on to day 4. Day 4 is the same as day 2, again, except for your heavy swings. Now you're going to be doing 5 sets of 5 versus 3 sets of 5, right? 5 sets of 5 versus 3 sets of 5. Again, you just want to make sure you're selecting a weight and giving yourself adequate recovery so that last set of 5 is just like that first set of 5, no difference. Hollow holds are now at 20 seconds. 4 sets, hollow holds, 20 seconds. And here we got pull-ups, right? You're going to be doing 3 sets of 5 strict pull-ups, right? Don't worry about adding weight at this point. And you're going to be doing 3 sets of 3 with the same weight that you did your 8 rep maximum that you did the 3 sets of 5 with on day 2. You're going to be now doing 3 sets of 3. All right, man. Again, alternating lunge or a similar exercise, hip dominant lunge-based exercise for 8 to 10 repetitions on each side or 30 to 45 seconds worth of work. Push-ups, same thing, 10 to 15 reps, 30 to 45 seconds worth of work, get out of breath. Again, those don't have to be these exercises. They can be different stuff. They can be bench dips for the push-ups instead, which is probably a little bit more applicable to free diving. All right, man. Again, stretch is the same. Listen, I probably talked really fast in this video. I just wanted to get through as much of this information as I possibly can. I hope this is helpful. Again, please don't hesitate to reach out to either schedule a time to work on these lifts or to discuss. All right, man. Hope you're doing well. Aloha.